Trump has been shot, crypto has seemingly gotten a second wind, and altcoins have begun outperforming Bitcoin. Is this a glimpse into what's to come or more false hope? In this video, we're going to cover some crazy news. You already know what it is. Look at some data and have a good time. By the way, I am recording this live, so make sure to sub and turn noties on so you can tune in and we can cover your alts. Good morning, everyone. You are watching the Blockchain Breakfast live every Monday and Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Central. Today, we got to look at the news, right? We got to look at the news. A lot of news to cover. Guys, if it's your first time here, welcome. I am Crypto Nerd. Super happy to see you. By the way, guys, I have to say it every time. I do want to be clear. Nothing I ever say is financial advice. I'm just giving you personal opinions about what the charts are signaling. Okay, everyone, we have some wild news to get into. You already know what it is. Good morning, everyone. Guys, if you're just tuning in, good morning. Make sure to say good morning in chat. Yeah, let's not delay any further, guys. Look at this. You already know. You already know the news, right? Donald Trump shot at political rally in attempted assassination. It's true, guys. I'm sure you've already heard, but if you haven't, yes, Donald Trump was shot in an attempted assassination. And we're not going to look at all of the details because you guys, I'm sure, already are familiar with that. Instead, we're going to talk about what's kind of going on. And as you can see, why don't we skip ahead? Look at the coin bubbles. Obviously, things are pumping like crazy. You know, what's going on? We were supposed to be in this terrible downtrend. We were supposed to go retest 52K. Is that done? Is that over? Are we going up now? Why is everything pumping? And now we're going to talk about how this attempted assassination actually relates to this recent pump that we're seeing. So, and here's why. This is why the assassination attempt is actually causing this pump. So here's what happened. After this attempted assassination, Trump's chances of winning on Polymarket, they jumped to 71%, guys. They jumped by 21%. It's up to 71% now. And this has had implications in the crypto market because Trump, he's painting himself out to be this crypto president, right? He's had super positive rhetoric when dealing with crypto. He's just really much liked crypto lately. He's been talking about it a lot. And so after this large increase in chance that he will be the president, now the market's pricing that in, right? The market's pricing that in. Let's quickly go ahead and this is not the order I was planning to do it in, but I feel like this is probably the right way to do it. Please ignore all of these colors, guys. But look at these few series of candles. This is what we're experiencing right here. Bitcoin, guys, if you're not following, Bitcoin is just about at 63K. 63K, everybody. We've had this series of really great looking candles. Obviously, last live, I was talking about, okay, we're coming down. We're probably going to close at 52K. But since then, we've had this crazy reversal since. We have actually reclaimed, we've broken through this downtrend. So this doesn't matter anymore. We'll keep it just in case. And we have reclaimed this 60K support. And we're going to talk about the implications of that, but a little bit later because we have some more news to get through. More good news, actually. By the way, Trump to speak. This is the start of the good news, guys. Trump to speak at Bitcoin conference despite assassination attempt. So Trump will still be speaking at the Bitcoin conference. This is really great. Sign, let's read a little bit. Former President Donald Trump. Good morning, everyone. Guys, if you're just tuning in, say hello. Former President Donald Trump has committed to delivering an in-person speech at an upcoming Bitcoin conference in Nashville, just hours after surviving an assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. The Bitcoin conference, a historically popular crypto event, is slated to kick off in less than 2 weeks. While unable to discuss details, Bitcoin Inc. CEO David Bailey told Decrypt that event organizers are now anticipating additional security measures. at the conference where Trump will be featured as a key speaker. More good news. Good morning, everyone. If you're just tuning in, make sure to say hello. We were just reading about how Trump is still going to speak at the Bitcoin conference and why this is so good for Bitcoin's price. This is what's causing this crazy pump. We will also be discussing, just because we got a lot of people just joined, we will also be discussing the future of Bitcoin's price in just a little bit. So yeah, Trump is surviving. His election odds have gone up, and he's still speaking at the Bitcoin conference, and the market is pricing this all in. That's why we're seeing this short-term, possibly long-term pump upwards. So let's keep going because we have more good news. Another major thing happened. By the way, this is kind of funny. This next major event, oh my goodness, I almost forgot to show off the coffee. Yes, we have the coffee this morning. Yes, we do. Yes, we have the coffee this morning. More major news, guys. The funny story. This news actually came out in the middle of last live stream, so I wasn't able to cover it. So that's why we're covering it now, because it's so important. Look at what happened. Look at what happened. I don't know if you can see this. Let's zoom in a little bit. We had our June inflation rates come out. Guys, this is huge. And why is this so important? It's important because it came down a lot. It came down from 3.3% inflation in May to 3.0% inflation in the month of June. We know that Jerome Powell and the Fed's target inflation rate is 2%, and we were getting worried that inflation's being too stubborn. We're not making progress. It's stuck at this mid 3% level. And the Fed was expecting, the expected rate was 3.1%, I believe. So we actually did better. Inflation dropped more than the Fed expected. So likely, this is going to cause Jerome Powell and the Fed to start talking more dovishly, more talking about rate cuts, which is, as we know, really good for the crypto market, and more talking about other positive stuff. So seeing this inflation rate come down quite a lot is really, really good. Really good news, guys. Good morning, everyone. How are we today? In fact, we can even see this reflected in the estimates, in the rate cut estimates. All right. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button. We can take a look right here at this top box right here. This is the probabilities of a rate cut. Now, we're looking at July rate cuts. We're looking at rate cuts this month. Look at this. Ease. This is a rate cut. No change is a delay. Right now, not looking like we're going to have a rate cut this month. Only about 7%. This is up, by the way. I think it was like 4% before, 5%. But take a look at this, guys. September 18th. Look how this changes. September 18th, please. There we go. Not to scare you guys. Look at this. This before was, what, 85%? Now, the chance of a rate cut, September 18th. That's just a month and a half away. 2 months away. 2 months away. Chance of that is 95%. 95% now. Only 5% that we get another delay. So, almost certainly, we are getting a rate cut in September. Does that mean that crypto will start pumping even more afterwards? I mean, yes, but most likely this will start before because markets are forward-looking. Markets price things in ahead of time. And so the market will know, oh, wow, in 3 weeks, we're getting a rate cut probably. So I'm going to start pumping now. I'm going to start buying now. So we will actually expect a bigger pump before this date, probably in a month, month and a half. We have more good news. But before we get there, I have an enormous, important update to announce. Guys, this is huge. Pay attention. We have just rolled out a major upgrade to the AI trading assistant in our Discord page. Guys, don't click off. This is a super important resource, and I promise you, you want to know about this because this is going to help you a lot. Check this out. We have just added the following command, /ask, which opens up a private channel with the AI where you can ask it questions directly, /supply, where you can have the AI evaluate the supply to economics of a coin, and more. Let's take a look at some of the features right now because I want to explain to you why this is so helpful. First thing I want to look at is, wow, where is Crypto Nerd getting all of this awesome news? We actually have a news channel where we get automatic news posted all the time, multiple times a day, as soon as it comes out. We get all this news. So I can just read it. I'm constantly reading this, seeing what's new, so I can stay up to date. But check this out. Let's go to the assistant side, and let's just use Bitcoin as an example, because I want to show you guys what this can do and why you should use this. First, we can just look up the price of Bitcoin, and we can see, okay, the price of Bitcoin right now is 62K, okay? But you can do a lot more cooler stuff. Like, let's say we say, well, what is Bitcoin? An influencer has been telling me to buy Bitcoin. What is that? Oh, here we go. Bitcoin is the first successful internet money. So now you have a whole explanation. I just did /info, and this allows you to research any coin so you can learn about what influencers are shilling you. Immediately straight into the Discord. Let's try a lesser known coin like XLM, /info XLM. Look at this huge info page that you can read all about what it does. Let's say I want to check the supply of XLM. I can do /supply XLM and have the coin immediately give a rating of how good it is. So check this out. Its rating is poor, so it only got a 58 out of 100 score. Stellar has poor tokenomics. This is XLM, by the way. This indicates Stellar has to fight a lot of selling pressure, and this is typically considered a red flag. Okay, so now you know things like that. Let's ask it. /ask, what is going on with XLM's supply? Let's just ask the bot directly. What is going on? We have this thread pop up. Now you can see in the right here. I'm probably covering it. Hopefully you can see that. You have this private channel right here, this private communication channel where you can ask it questions directly and it will just tell you things. Check this out, guys. I mean, literally, look at this. I just said, what is going on with XLM supply? And it gave me information. I said, tell me more, and it keeps talking about it. Crazy. Guys, this is such a useful research tool. I'm telling you. Now, in addition to that, look at this. Daily market reports. Overall market sentiment. Today is neutral. Fear and greed index is at 52 out of 100. The CBBI is 62. Fairly valued. Bitcoin MVRV Z score fairly valued. Can't see anything over that head of yours. Well, you guys will come in, try it out. You'll see. And look at this. So now we can see, okay, everything's fairly valued. So it's not saying undervalued. We're not at the bottom of the market, but it's definitely not overvalued, right? This is barely overvalued. And this measures the very peak. So if this is, 100 out of 100, then I'm a lot more scared. But right now, clearly, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. So I wanted to kind of show off a little bit about that. That's not everything. Actually, we're going to have a dedicated video coming out soon from the developer himself talking about all the features that this AI has and how you can use it to your advantage. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's going to be huge. Let's continue with some more good news, guys. Look at this. This is huge. A lot of what's been causing this selling pressure is Germany selling Bitcoin, right? The Mt. Gox sell-off, Germany's selling its Bitcoin, but it's official. The German government offloads its final Bitcoin holdings. It is now out of Bitcoin. There's no more selling pressure coming from Germany. I need a cup of coffee. A sip of coffee. So yeah, Germany's government offloaded the last of its Bitcoin holdings on July 12th, according to data from Arkham Intelligence. If you guys don't know who Arkham is, that's the company that basically it de-anonymizes the blockchain. It tracks whose wallet belongs to who, how much Bitcoin does every government hold, stuff like that. So yeah, this is really reliable. And so now we have more selling pressure coming from Germany. No more selling pressure coming from Germany. That was a pretty nasty event that caused quite a bit of panic in the market. So that's done, right? That's huge. Let's talk about some more price predictions, right? I've got some more price predictions coming up in just a second. In addition to that, final sign-off on spot Ether ETF expected imminently. Listings next week. Guys, this is a few days old. but we are getting Ethereum ETFs. We have a lot of good news. We have a lot of good news coming long term. Let's read a little bit about it. Issuers of spot Ether exchange-traded funds, ETFs, expect to receive final approval from regulators imminently, according to an industry source familiar with the matter. This would set the stage for ETFs to start listing as soon as next week, guys. Ethereum ETFs. Remember, when Ethereum pumps, altcoins pump. And when Ethereum does 3% gain, 5% gain, 10% gain, altcoins do a 5%, 10%, 20% gain. Very important for altcoins. Spot ETF issuers expect to receive final comments from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, by early next week and possibly as soon as July 12th, according to the source, who declined to be identified because their discussions with issuers were private. Okay. You guys get the idea. This is huge information. We're getting Ethereum ETF soon. We also have some more. I wanted to just also cover some more like Bitcoin price prediction news, just because sentiment has been so negative and there's been so much sadness and fear. I kind of want to give you guys some a little bit of hope, only to take it away right when we get to charting. Spoilers. Several tailwinds could push Bitcoin to $100,000 this year as U.S. inflation cools. Despite crypto's recent market dip, several catalysts offer an opportunity for long-term investors seeking reprieve. Reprieve? Yeah. The crypto market's recent correction presents an opportunity for long-term investors with key tailwinds that could propel Bitcoin to $100,000 by year end. We're just talking about Bitcoin. Imagine how other coins will do if this is true. That's according to Matt Hugan, Chief Investment Officer at crypto asset manager Bitwise, who outlined his reasoning in a recent investor note on Wednesday, a day before official U.S. inflation data showed a dip in June. Inflows to U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, again, ETFs, post having supply shortages, the eventual launch of Ethereum spot Ethereum. Again, look at this, all this great news. And people are very bearish. We've already seen posts saying the bear market or the bull market top is in. This next line is really important, and I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit. Actually, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart in just a moment, guys. The crypto market is facing a weird dynamic right now, Hugan said. All the short-term news is bad, and all the long-term news is good. The dichotomy is creating an incredible potential opportunity for long-term investors. Let's talk. Talk to me about that. Do you guys understand the significance of that? Talk to me. Talk to me. Guys, good morning. If you're just now tuning in, give me a good morning in chat. So let's talk about what this means. When you want to invest, you want to always look ahead, right? What will the price be in 6 to 12 months? If the price will be higher in 6 to 12 months, I want to buy now and I want to hold now. If it's going to be lower in 6 to 12 months, I want to sell ahead of time, right? That's how you want to invest. Bitcoin will be higher, likely, in 6 to 12 months. Very likely. By every indicator, Bitcoin will be much higher in 6 to 12 months. I'm fighting off a sneeze. But short term, so we know long term, really, really good upward trajectory. Really good upward trajectory long term. However, short term, we've had a lot of FUD, right? FUD is bad news if you're not familiar with crypto lingo. With Germany selling, with this breakdown of Bitcoin's price chart is bad news. A lot of these indicators are showing not that there's long-term problems, but that there's fear in the market, which this means Bitcoin's undervalued, but it's still fear. There's just a lot of scared sentiment. In addition to that, we're seeing, lots of stuff that people are freaking out. And I actually totally lost my train of thought. Right, I remembered it. Mt. Gox selling. So this has presented a short-term dip. This has caused a breakdown of Bitcoin's current price. We have fallen from 74,000 down to about 54,000, right? We dropped by 20K. We wicked down. The best time Like, there's this golden zone to pick up assets. Golden zone. When you know it's going to be much higher in the future, but right now there's a lot of short-term FUD, short-term bad news that's driving the price down. This is the golden zone for you as an investor. Short-term dip, but long-term uptrend. That's exactly when you want to be buying. Buying. And people are selling right now. It is the worst time to sell, guys. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Because that's not all. Check this out. Check this out. Bitcoin price will hit 330,000 this bull cycle. Look at this headline. Again, do I think this will happen? No. I don't think Bitcoin, this price will hit 330,000. But the important thing is the headlines. It tells you, it gives you insight about the sentiment. It gives you insight about what other people will be reading. And if other people think that the peak will be 330,000, they'll feel a lot better about buying at 150,000. That's good news for us, bad news for them, I guess. Good morning if you're just now tuning in, guys. Say hello. Smart money is accumulating Bitcoin. I don't really want to read about this because, let's read about it. I don't agree, but let's read about it. Independent market analyst Arson remains unfazed by the recent dip in Bitcoin's price, predicting a monumental rebound to 330,000 in the current bull cycle. I know what you guys are all thinking. Who is Arson? I also don't know, but just Arson, I guess. Arson argues that smart money, institutional investors, market experts, and other financial professionals have accumulated Bitcoin during its recent correction cycle, indicating its long-term bullish bias for the top cryptocurrency. This is, of course, true, right? ETF inflows have been buying this whole dip. There's been institutional money flowing into Bitcoin during the dip. They absolutely have. That's because this dip is nothing new. The analyst noted while referring to Bitcoin's previous bull cycles, which occurred every 4 years and witnessed explosive price growth. All true. For instance, okay. Notice how in every consecutive cycle, the Bitcoin returns get smaller by about 60%. That would imply a 450% price increase this cycle, putting Bitcoin at $330,000 per coin. So this is what Arson did, this guy. He went ahead and calculated the diminishing return percentage and found that every single peak, the next peak, diminishes by about 60%. So he used that to calculate that there would be 450% price increase this cycle, putting Bitcoin at $330,000 per coin. This would be awesome, right? That would be awesome. But many macro indicators are putting the peak at around 150,000. And also 330,000 is from bottom price, that's a 20x because Bitcoin was at 16K, right? A year and a half ago. Can you imagine it going from 16 to 330,000? That's just too much. Okay, that's all the news I have today, guys. That's all the news that I had planned. Let me quickly go ahead and reiterate for those that are just tuning in now. What is causing this big market pump? It's that Trump was shot in an assassination attempt. Now his election odds have gone up, or his winning odds have gone up, and the market's pricing this in. In addition to that, Germany is out of Bitcoin. That is the TLDR. Why don't we go ahead and close out of some of these tabs? In addition to that, yeah, we have ETFs coming soon and more. Okay. I also wanted to kind of highlight something else, guys, and it's that altcoins have kind of started doing well lately. Bitcoin's up 5%. That's wild. Altcoins have started doing really well, and especially cat-themed altcoins. PopCat is up. It just broke into the top 100. It's now ranked 98 with a market cap of less than $1 billion. PopCat is up nearly 30% today. 30%. And the thing is, the second biggest coin is Mog, another cat-themed. PopCat is pumping. Review? Yeah, we can take a look at PopCat. We'll take a look at PopCat. That's a good idea. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at PopCat at the end? Thanks for the suggestion. Been waiting all day for that. Mog is also up. Another cat-themed meme coin. So are we seeing some sort of trend? Let's take a look at the altcoin season index. Guys, look at this also. It's at 35 now. It was at 22 not so long ago, right? And we can see this big jump here where, wow, it was at 16, lower than I remember. Oh, no, I do remember 18. But we can see that it's had this big pump up to about 46, and now it's even down to 35. So clearly, altcoins are starting to outperform Bitcoin. Something to take note of, guys. Something to take note of. And also, before we get into charting, before we take a look at some altcoins, we have our meme of the day. We got to take a look at our meme of the day. Just sold my 8K monitor for more cash to buy the dip. Let's take a look at this.
Não, meu filho. Você pegou de última geração, meu filho. Tu é doido. Cara. Caralho. Como é que é o nome disso aí mesmo, filho? Isso aí. Caralho, tá segurando o celular, o garfo, meu filho. Morto. O cabo é morto. Tripé caseiro, meu filho. Tripé do cara.
That's all of us, isn't it? That's what we're doing, right? Yep, that's about where we're at, isn't it? All right. So, now that we've gone through all that good news, let's talk about some terrible news. Because after saying all of that, I'm not convinced that this short-term price action is over. Okay. So, here is why I am not too, and let me be quite clear with you guys. I have no, crystal ball. I'm no clairvoyant super magic sage with the uber wisdom whatever. I don't know what the prophecy is saying, but what I do know is that this chart is wild. Bitcoin chart, guys, I know there's all these colors, just ignore them. And maybe can I close any of this out? I mean, I can, but I don't want to because I look at it. Here's what you have to pay attention to, these candles, and I'm going to explain it. So don't freak out. It's very hard to trade this chart with all of this chop and losing support levels, losing this trend level, but not quite going to this trend level, immediately bouncing, reclaiming this trend level. This chart is all over the place. And let me be totally honest with you. I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, I'm making predictions based on the evidence and likelihood I see. But I don't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen. Crypto Banter doesn't know what's going to happen. Coin Bureau doesn't know what's going to happen. Virtual Bacon doesn't know what's going to happen. Miles Dusher doesn't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen, right? But what we can do is we can take a look and say, what is the most likely thing? Right now, I see a higher high, a lower low, lower high, and a lower low. That's what I see right now. I do love that this is pumping, right? This is great that this is pumping. And it's great that we've broken out of this downtrend right here. Let's go ahead and clear that out. And it's great that we've reclaimed this 60K barrier. Does that mean that now we're going straight up like this, right? Are we going straight up? Straight to 83K, straight to 95K, 100K? I have no idea. I'm very skeptical about that. And the reason I'm skeptical is because we're still at a lower high. We're still at a lower high. There's nothing saying that we're not going to just retest, break, and like crash through again and dip like this, for example. Then that would continue this pattern of higher high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high. So, yes, this is a nice pump, but, a 5% pump after a 20% dip doesn't mean anything. I love that we're over these key levels, but, we've lost so much. We're not at a higher high yet. We're not confirmed breaking out of this pattern. So maybe we'll do a short-term higher high if we can close over this 63K mark, 63,800, because it did wick up here. But even then, it's not clear. This is a very hard chart to trade right now. All this craziness with all of this Mt. Gox selling, Trump assassination, all of the craziness in the world is clearly affecting this chart, and it's making it very difficult to know what's going to happen. That's my main message, and my main message is don't immediately get all trigger happy and buy in right away because you're like, yay, 100K programmed, because we're still at a lower high. So despite the euphoria, I want to kind of say be a little skeptical. Be a little skeptical. What's our coin of the day, guys? What's our coin of the day? I'm not going to look at Ethereum or Solana or find good ranges for those unless someone wants that. Our coin of the day is Popcat, right? Popcat, the meme coin. Let's take a look at Popcat. Let's see what it is. Let's go to Discord. And because we can ask the assistant. /info Popcat. Popcat refers to a series of videos in which an image of a cat named Oatmeal, the cat, is photoshopped as if it's opening its mouth wide open in an O shape. Okay, this is a pretty bare bones description from CoinGecko. So this is a meme coin, by the way. So there's not a lot to look at. There's no real technology to look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at Popcat's supply /supply Popcat. Excellent. Wow, guys. Popcat's supply? Can I zoom in? Yeah. Excellent. Popcat has extremely healthy tokenomics, virtually no selling pressure affecting this coin. Wow. A rating of 100 out of 100 on its tokenomics. Whoa. I mean, that is really, that's literally ideal for a meme coin. Many meme coins don't have that, and Popcat does. So that is in favor of Popcat. You got to hand it to Popcat there. Let's take a look at its chart. Let's take a look at Popcat's chart. Okay, we're seeing very clear. Look at this, guys. Higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. I mean, you can't deny this chart. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Where's my RSI? Where's my EMA? Get over here. I really got to close out of this? Okay, fine. Yeah. I mean, it's undeniable, right? Popcat is showing a lot of strength. A lot of strength. Let's find some areas of support and resistance. There's definitely one here. Right here. There's a big one here. Okay. Let's plot an anchored VWAP as well. Let's just put it right here. Okay. So, if you want to buy in some Popcat, look, again, thank you. Great suggestion. Thank you, Josh. Great suggestion because this is showing a lot of strength. It is basically riding this green 50-day moving average, rarely dipping into the under it, and it dipped only once under the 100-day moving average, rode the VWAP, and bounced very strongly. So I don't think this is a terrible coin to look an entry into with this kind of strength. So where would I look to get an entry? I would look to get an entry. Obviously, I can't buy in now because it's so far over the 50-day moving average. We need to see it come down a little bit. It'll be hard to get an entry, honestly. Let's see if we can plot a fib retracement. Maybe that'll give us some insight. Okay. Fib suggests... Okay, so our first entry, if you want to do it this way, is your first entry. You could put one buy order at... Yeah, this is actually really, really nice looking. So you can put your first buy order at about 55 cents. You can buy in there. It's also possible that Popcat loses this dip and falls to about 42 cents. However, with this kind of strength, I'm not certain that will actually even happen. So if you're looking to get an entry into Popcat, again, guys, none of this is financial advice. If you're looking to get an entry into Popcat, I would target this 55-cent mark. And if it wicks under the 55 cents, that's probably a good time to buy Popcat. And look at this upside. You buy Popcat at 55 cents, and then let's say it pumps back to its original price. That's a 37% gain. You can make 37%. So that's something that you can do if you're looking to get an entry into Popcat. Again, you can't buy in now. RSI is too strong, too far over the 50-cent mark, or 50-day moving average mark. Okay, that's Popcat. Are there any more altcoins that anyone has? And then we will probably end it there. Any more altcoins, guys? If not, that's A-okay. We'll probably look at Ethereum, Solana, and a lot of the major ones again on Thursday, just to kind of cover what's happening. I do want to give it a few more days to kind of see what's happening with this Bitcoin chop because, again, such a difficult chart to trade. In my opinion, yeah, we'll probably go down a little lower, but maybe not, you know. Very hard to tell. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's stream. Remember, the link to... Oh, good morning, everyone. Okay, we got people tuning in just now. Guys, did the Fetch AI and other AI coins combine yet? So what's happening with that is... Actually, that might be today. Yeah, today's the 15th. So all of the other coins merged into Fetch. And let's review ASI or whatever it is now. Yeah, let's take a look. ASI, crypto. It is still listed as Fetch. Okay, so this chart might look weird just because all of the other coins have merged into Fetch. And then we'll stop after this. So all the other coins have merged into this, and now they're going to merge into ASI. They're going to have the official name change. So it's like a two-step merge that they're doing. And it looks like this step 2 is not complete yet. We'll take a look at Fetch AI. Again, great coin to pick up, in my opinion. So Fetch's chart is looking quite scary, but many altcoins are. We are currently at this key support level at around $1.30, or rather, the current price is at $1.30. The support level is about $1.15. And we've touched it a few times. So Fetch is one of those coins that had this insane pump here, and then it just lost a lot of its gains. And I think this is good for the future of Fetch/ASI because it had a really, really strong run-up, and a lot of people made a lot of money. And we have to have this moment. Let me make this full screen. We have to have this moment where we transfer wealth from some of the weak hands to some of the stronger hands that are going to be able to hold this through dips and pumps until the peak of the bull market. So I think this has been a transfer of wealth from a lot of short-term traders to a lot of long-term holders is what we're seeing. Because again, this chart's not looking good. But Fetch is a great coin. They're very serious about their marketing. They're very serious about doing something in the crypto space. I mean, they're even merging with other top coins to become this hub of decentralized AI. In short, I think now is a great buy entry. I absolutely think that Fetch will go on another big run. Absolutely. I think AI is going to do awesome this cycle. And with this key support level, even if we lose it and go down a little bit further, there's not that much further to go. If we lose this 115 range, we're going to fall to about 80 cents. So you can do, one thing you can do is you can put a buy order at about, $1.20 and put your stop loss at, let's say, 93 cents, because that's where this wick ends right here. And then if that triggers, buy in again at about 90 cents, 80 cents rather. But if it was me and I wanted to buy some Fetch, I would probably buy in at $1.15 and put a stop loss right under it. I think this is a great coin at a great price. Seriously. Great coin at a great price. That's really all I have to say about that. I wonder if I can... Why don't I do this? Let's hide this, zoom in on the chart, and let's plot a VWAP. Okay, yeah, we're way under the VWAP. I mean... Not much to say other than this is a great coin and it's cheap right now. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to join the Discord. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are live every single Monday and every single Thursday at 7:30 a.m. So make sure to join us for the next one, guys. Thank you so much. All the links are in the description. Have a great rest of your day.